Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Jasmine Grujon, and this is where I express and vent all my theories and thoughts and epiphanies and philosophies and for those who are willing to listen and discover something new or learn something new, um, welcome and thank you for joining me. So basically, I just randomly get thoughts and I make videos of how I may perceive something or think of something, and if I feel that it's beneficial for humanity to know, for whoever decides to come across this channel or my video, um, as it may serve you or plant the seed in your subconscious mind of discovering something completely brand new to your horizons or your paradigm or to the way you perceive life. So a lot of the things that I kind of speak about regarding life is basically teaching others how to life hack their own life by manually reprogramming their mind. And what I mean by reprogramming their mind is basically learning how the mind and the thoughts and the emotions actually work in creating the reality that we live, that come from the perspective we created as we experience life and its events and all the events that happened to us that gave us an opportunity to make a decision whether to perceive it with an optimistic mindset or a pessimistic one, which is the free will that we all have to decide what direction we want to perceive our life to be. Now, unfortunately, for the majority of us in the masses, we are being programmed with social media and news and whatever it is, religion, tradition, just experiences itself that occur to us. Once again, as life happens for us and not to us, they occur to us to give us the opportunity to basically unveil our power, unveil our truth in the knowing of why things happen the way they do, or in the ability to perceive life with a much positive outlook, which allows you the opportunity to perceive life in a much empowering state of mind. And what I mean by empowering is if you are perceiving life in a positive light, you are giving yourself feedback that will empower you as a person, as a spiritual being having a human experience in this reality that we experience. And if those perspectives that you believe are empowering, you are building a momentum to live the life you want by being able to align yourself with more of the divinity of your true self, which means if your emotions are in high vibration, you are closer to source to know the truth of who you are. But if perceiving life with a pessimistic mindset, which means a negative mindset, which you play the victim and you believe everything happens to you, and you play the why me card, and you never see the truth behind the lesson, rather you stay in the episode of the experience. You stay in that moment by continuously replaying that moment with your emotional state of anger or resentment and not being able to actually embrace that experience. Rather, you decide to stay in that experience with what the experience was only using to unlock a version of you that gives you opportunity to remember who you are by the way you respond to that situation. Hopefully I'm making sense here, but basically what I mean is if we start to perceive life from an elevated consciousness, from a higher version of ourselves, as an elevated awareness of ourselves, we will start to understand the purpose behind every event that occurs in our life. And instead of remaining stuck in the emotional state that that event may cause in our life, that is the opportunity to unleash a version of ourselves that only comes about after dealing with such events. As we decide to be grateful for the lesson, learn the lesson, absorb what's happening, experience the moment, and let go of it, not only did we go through the challenges we were supposed to go through, we passed the test of the challenge by being able to perceive it on a higher consciousness of awareness, meaning understanding that everything happens for you and not to you. But for those that still remain trapped in the illusion of the stage that is being orchestrated to apply those events to happen to us, to give us the opportunity to have something that makes us uncomfortable or feel pain, that allows us to feel the opposite of who we truly are, then here we gain a clarity on its purpose itself. And we no longer stay attached to the victim mentality that most of us tend to remain in, whether that's by habit or just the way we decide to perceive life. The free will comes from the decision you make upon yourself to align your vibration in the direction you decide upon yourself. That's going to give you the reality. Either you're going to repeat history because you remain in the same story, therefore you get the same story even with different characters, different environments. This is why you see a lot of people in loop cycles. Loop cycles are basically history repeating itself to become the same outcome over and over, because you have not yet learned the lesson that comes with that experience. You are attaching yourself to the emotional state of it. Therefore, you are drawing it back to yourself to be experienced over again, because that is your vibrational alignment with that experience. So it's going to keep occurring until you see its purpose, until you see how it served you in your evolution as a spiritual being to live in this reality that allows us to understand who we are by experiencing ourselves through the expression of events that happen to us in this life. This can go really deep, and like I said, it's not for everyone to understand at this moment, but it is a seed that is being planted in your subconscious mind, that when the event comes in your life, to unlock a level of your conscious mind, to elevate yourself to a higher potential where you can perceive things differently, this information will be understood. This information will be in the back of your subconscious mind, just waiting to be understood, because now you have the mental capacity through the events that happen to you in your life to perceive it the way it was meant to be perceived. Meaning, once you discover that everything is happening for you and not to you, once you are able to see the reasoning behind these events and be grateful for them, for they molded you to become the version of yourself that maybe, if you are proud to be who you are today, you tend to look at your past only to look how far you have come, and also to embrace and show gratitude for it has planted the seeds that allowed you, with your nurturing of your energy towards it, whether it was an entertainment, whether it's love, whether it's discomfort, whether it's hate, whether it's sadness or pain. These events are the events that happen to us to make us feel a different state from the state that we are in our authentic self, our true self, our true divine self, which only truly in the most elevated of versions of love only feels a compassion and understanding for things. But life is not like that for us at this time, because we are in stages of our evolution. And in those stages of evolution, we are given levels to unlock certain levels of ourselves in those events. So perspective is everything. And perspective on life either makes you or breaks you. Perspective of life either holds you back or elevates you. The perspective of life that you choose is going to serve you or destruct you. But that's where your free will lies, in the decision of how you want to perceive life based on the decisions that you make upon what you assume things to be rather than what they truly are. So the perspective of an enlightened person is in the knowing, and a perspective of a person that has yet to discover this truth is in the illusion of fear, doubt, insecurities, and programming that does not serve them. So hopefully, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna overdo it, but hopefully it was understood and you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.